Hello again, Glitch Reaper here, and I'm here for some more Magic Duels. Specifically, I'm still doing tutorials to make sure that to new audiences, they know how the game works. Again, remember, this is Magic the Gathering with its electronic version here, which is Magic Duels, although there are other online and electronic versions of the game. This one's, again, the one that's considered most accurate to it up to this time, although there is another one upcoming, which I may or may not be able to get to. I'm not entirely certain, but probably. The rumor is it'll be free to play like this one is. So, well, it's more than a rumor. It's supposed to be pretty much direct statements. So therefore, uh, yeah. So I'll probably be doing a lot of that too. Now, I'm going to be continuing, as I said, with tutorials. In this case, I will be doing, let me see, a bit more of the silly lips. Help and options. See how to play. We see basic magic. And now we get to combat tricks. This is specifically about instants. Oh wait, I might need to do something else. Just a moment. Because if I'm hearing it this loud, I'm still not sure how Steam's going with this recording compared to some others, so let me, Okay, there, that should help. So, yeah, again, I'm trying to make sure that things kind of balance if I can. I mean, I've been still retweaking my settings ever since the thing, so yeah. He's trying to get the exact balance. As I was going to say, we're going to instants, otherwise known as combat tricks, at least according to this one. Although instants are a little more than just tricks. They're a different kind of spell card. So let's go into this, and as I said before, I've been through all these, so you can see that I won't be earning any additional money in-game for it. So let's just go here. Now, as it says, instants are tricky because they can be cast at any time, on your turn, or on your opponent's turn, even during combat. But that's the thing about an instant, is it's done literally instantly. It counts pretty much whenever it's cast. Although there is a special rule in Magic the Gathering that ironically goes with the last thing played first in terms of order of operations. So it's like if you do one instant, then another instant, then another instant in terms of who's played them completely, then the last one played affects the one right before that, and then that affects the one before that if they're trying to like counter each other or something. But that situation rarely comes up, so it's usually more like a bunch of effects just stack, at least in actual gameplay. But in theory, you could counter the counter that's trying to counter the counter. But it would be very difficult to do that because that would take an absurd amount of mana. It's pretty, in modern Magic, it's pretty rare. In old school gaming, you can do infinity combos that would probably allow that to happen. But I don't see much of that in this particular version of the game, so it's probably not going to come up. So just saying that's what that rule is meant for, and that's how instants are supposed to be. But yeah, basically, instants are not permanents, so as soon as they're used up, they go to the graveyard. So they are just a one-time thing, unless they have some special effect that allows them to be used in addition, such as, oh, say that instead of going to the graveyard, it goes to your hand when played, or it goes into your library, which is again your deck, or that somehow it can be played from your graveyard, which is fairly rare. Of course, some things allow you to bring back cards from your graveyard, and this can include instants sometimes, but it's usually more creatures. So this is something that is usually, you pretty much count on it happening once. So yeah. Let's get into this for right now. There's always a bit of load time for these. Just saying. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da.
Instants are tricky and can be cast at any time, on your turn, on your opponent's turn, even during combat. After you cast an instant, it has an effect on the game, and then is put into the graveyard. For example, you could cast an instant after blockers have been chosen, but before combat damage has been dealt.
Yeah, pretty much I just already explained all that. Let's go to the situation here.
Your opponent has 6 life. Find a way to win this turn.
Okay, so this is your situation. You both have 6 points of life, and you also have the following cards here. Now, I have a couple of mountains and a couple of forests, so I can produce 2 green mana and 2 red mana. I also have a couple of lightning elementals. Old classic card. Haste, and it has 4 points of power and 1 point of toughness. So it's a haste, as we normally put it, this is a 4/1 red elemental creature with haste. For apparently 3 generic mana and 1 red in terms of casting, but that doesn't entirely factor in here because it's already on the field because it's part of a skill quest. So, yeah. Again, you won't be getting this card in game, even though it is a classic Magic the Gathering card, because it doesn't show what set out of the game it's from. So that's not going to be anywhere other than specialty quests and story mode. So not happening. But still, it's already there. I also have in my hand a Giant Growth, also a classic card. For just 1 green mana, target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. Ooh, so boost to power and boost to toughness. It's an instant, so it can be played at any time, which is what this is basically about. Now, the thing is, I'm supposed to be able to win this rather quickly. Well, the intent here is to somehow win on my turn. Now, the real trick is my enemy apparently has, well, it's not necessarily going to be just this turn, but anyhow, although I believe it may have said that. But the point is, I don't know if I can deal any more damage than enough to take out that creature, which is an Axebane Stag, which is decently sized at 6/7. So at least right now, the most I can do is kill that off. So what you do is first continue to the attack phase, declare both, but wait, there's more. I go to confirm attack, they go to block.
A timer counts down whenever it's your turn to act. If you want to cast an instant, click Stop the Timer. This will give you more time to plan your play.
Okay, now this is a dynamic that's mainly in this version of the game. Like, unless you specifically agree to it, you don't normally have to worry about a timer to do decisions in the physical card game. But in this game, there is a timer. Now, in this situation, this creature's already blocking and will kill off this lightning elemental. Remember how I said before, you have to be pondering if there's a way to even win? Well, this is it. The thing is, this one's already been declared as a blocker. This one's still attacking, but we haven't got to that stage of combat yet where you have combat damage calculated for everything that's happening. So, if you put Giant Growth on this creature right now, you'd take out the opponent's creature, but you'd also deal 4 points of damage to your opponent because this isn't being blocked. Now, on the other hand, you wouldn't win on this turn. However, the fact is, usually, unless it says otherwise, one creature can only block one other creature. There are some special exceptions, again, like cards that just say they can block additional creatures. But in this case, this one didn't have anything specific on it. It's just a 6/7 green creature. That's literally all there pretty much is to it. It's nothing extra special. And that means, among other things, it just follows the normal rules. So one creature can block one other creature in combat. Well, however, you can have multiple creatures block the same. But usually speaking, once you've assigned one to block a creature, it's only able to block that one. So because I attacked with 2 simultaneously, this one's getting through. Well, Giant Growth, it's time to pump that one up and finish things off, because this one's getting through, and that one's taking a hit. Okay, the blocking damage was declared first, and then we have the unblocked damage calculated, and the win's there.
Instant you might want to cast. Be ready to stop the timer so you don't miss your chance.
Yeah, again, this is basically just telling you about the game reminder. Now, that's all there is to this particular lesson, and it was particularly short. But, again, I might want an opinion over whether or not to go into the more advanced stuff later, which will be in this section going over all sorts of abilities here. I might even take them in order, like I did before. So I'll be going over a lot of this over time, I believe. And then eventually we'll get to actual like major gameplay, including story mode and also going into maybe random battles after a while. But for now, I'm just going to head off here. And a reminder that skill quest will probably continue until later. But for now, that's pretty much what there is to the section that's considered to be the basics. Now, there's a lot of things I consider in the advanced that I consider basics. So let me see if I can find one here. Just saying out of those that, oh yeah, like flying and reach, I consider that very basic. It's very old school and is something that you really got to consider. So again, I might go over all this stuff because again, some of it isn't really as basic as it could be, and some of it's not as advanced it could be. So things kind of go into categories that they've chosen. So I can't exactly say that I fully agree with where they position some of the information at, but I can see kind of why. So I'll probably go over all this first so that you'll be pretty much caught up whenever I get into the actual major gameplay. But for now, this has been Glitch Reaper, and I'll be logging off. So hope to hear from y'all later, and bye for now, everybody.